Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Prosperous Womb and to day 23. We are almost through our 31-day journey through the book of Proverbs, this journey of wisdom for our coaching businesses, our relationships, our health, our lives. Everything comes down to the principal thing, wisdom. And having that higher level of insight, working in integrity in our businesses, having that awareness, understanding, and knowledge that comes from the God who made us, so that we have the fertilizer that is key to us creating the freedom we want in our business, the abundance we want to enjoy, the peace, tranquility, serenity, and calmness of life that we want. So to the peace that passes all understanding, that comes from seeking wisdom. Throughout the years, over the last almost 50 years, in whatever industry I've been in, I've seen that wisdom is a fertilizer for anything that I've wanted in my life. And I've seen that in my clients too. The freedom, the peace, everything, the spirituality, the health, whatever it is, the profits in that business. And it's also the key to wealth, to honor, riches, and to money. It's the key to the value and the impact that we share in the world. And as we continue to navigate life and evolve on this journey with our businesses, our clients, our brands, our life, my prayer for us through all of this, my intention is that we co-create together in this study. Whenever you're watching this, with you reading the words on the page yourself, putting your face in the on the page, is to have the freedom from the formulas, freedom from the blueprints, freedom from the things that hold us back and keep us small and squeeze us into titles and squeeze us into coaching offers that don't serve us, that we're too big for, squeeze us to coaching programs that we don't like, squeeze us into sales scripts that make us cringe, squeeze us into a way of being that's not who we are, that we're not aligned with, that God hasn't said, that's who you are, Mimi. That's who you are, Jennifer. That's who you are, Isa. So let us seek God's wisdom to have freedom to be who God says we are, and to have that courage and power to step into our gifts and midwife our most potent body of work from our prosperous womb. The freedom from caring what other people think, what other coaches think, what competitors think, what clients think, what anyone thinks. Freedom from being colonized by another Instagram guru's 7-step process to 8 figures. Freedom from being colonized from another coach telling us the best business model for us if that's not what we're aligned with. Freedom that gives us that expansion, that growth, that evolution. Freedom to make better choices with our bodies, with our lives, our relationships, our health, our profits, our business. Freedom to be who God says we are. Own that identity and remember who we are as we step into our assignment. Connecting to the heartbeat of our mission and the heartbeat of our clients. And freedom to understand and to believe that the thing that gives us permission, the thing that qualifies us to sell at this level, the thing that qualifies us to serve high-ticket coaching clients, is the permission we give ourselves because of God's wisdom and insight in and through us. Period. So let's dive into chapter 23 today and see how we can continue to grow in that wisdom in our coaching business, our lives, and our relationships. Chapter 23 is more of Solomon's wisdom, inviting us to see, not from a place of good and wrong, but making better decisions, wiser decisions, so that we work wiser, not harder, so that we seek more of God's wisdom to be more of who we want to be in the world and to walk in the abundance and freedom that we deserve. When thou sittest to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before thee, and put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetite. Be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat. When I always thought this meant be careful who you associate with and things like that. But when I became a prosecutor, I got a better sense of this. I have my fashion business, And I remember one day the ethics department coming to me and saying, you have to give up your business because you were out there prosecuting fraud and corruption in all these countries with all these ministers and heads of governments and things like that. And what if they buy a really expensive piece of jewelry from you as a bribe for you not to prosecute them? And then this makes sense. When you sit with people, when you're with people that have influence, consider exactly where this conversation is going. Consider what is being said here. Think things through. Understand who you are and where you are. And listen with your heart, with your wisdom heart, to what is being said. So everyone is on the same page. Because I've been in places where I've been in positions where I've had to sit and think, what are we talking about the same thing? So think it through. Use God's heart to hear what people are talking about, so you don't step into a situation that's not for you. Wherever that is in life, in your relationships, in your health, in your business, wherever, you never know where that would show up. So keep your wisdom eyes open. Labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. Will thou set eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings, and they fly away as an eagle toward heaven. Being an immigrant, I can see how this is. I remember I never thought that my family would lose all the things, material things, possessions that we had in the Blood Diamond War. I never thought there would be a Blood Diamond War. I never thought I would never look at I'll never look at a diamond again. I never thought that so many people would die because of diamonds. And I never thought I'll ever be in a situation where my family members were refugees in a foreign land, in a refugee camp, suffering with nothing, losing everything. That made me realize that not just that wealth can be lost like that money means nothing. What is the thing that is most powerful is our relationship with God, our health, our wealth. By that I mean, how well are we? How healthy are we? How safe are we? How loved are we? How fully supported are we? That's wealth. Riches. How easily can we be resourceful? And then money. It's helpful. And that also made my whole business structure of being a blessing in the world. And that's when I started putting immigrant kids through college and paying for them to go to school, which is why I started my business in the first place. Because I realized money means nothing. It cannot heal you when you're sick. It cannot give you love when you want love. It will give you a great man. It will buy you a big house, but it won't give you a home. It will give you the best doctors, but it won't heal you. So focus on what really matters, because wealth has wings and it can fly at any time. And if you've been through a war and you survived it, or you've lost a job, or whatever it is for you, you know what this verse means in here. And it's funny when I see people flaunting the thing that they don't know is fleeting. I think to myself, be wise, be wise, be wise. All of this can go in a minute. Health, everything. So focus on what truly matters, because the money, the profits, everything, we can create that at any minute, at any time. But what really matters, our wealth, our riches, the health, the life, it takes wisdom to have that and be that fully in the world and in our businesses. Eat thou not the bread of him that has an evil eye, neither desire any of his dainty meats. Don't worry about what your competitors are doing. Don't try to get your profits faster because they did 30K in 3 minutes, and you're going to go find a way to add 2 zeros to your income, to your offer, so that you can make money faster when that's not the value of your offer. Walk in integrity. Just be wise about the way you make decisions, the way you package your offers, the way you price your coaching products, the way you decide how to be in your business, because the quality of your coaching offers, the quality of your potent body of work is really based on the decisions you make, which are based on wisdom and insight that you get, not from a blueprint, but from the Word of God. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. As we think in our hearts, so we produce out of the heart the mouth speaks. So what are you thinking in your heart about yourself? What are you thinking in your heart about somebody else? How you think you say you are? Who are you judging? Who are you condemning? Who are you shaming? Who are you guilting? And how do you see yourself vis-a-vis everyone else? The morsel which thou hast eaten shall thou vomit up, and lose thy sweet words. Be careful who you associate with and how you do business. Think it through. Be wise. Get wisdom. Get understanding. This is the book of wisdom. It is what it is. This is the book written by the wisest person in the world. The wisest person ever. What blueprint do you need? Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the words of wisdom of thy words. Remove not the old landmark, and enter not into the fields of the fatherless. Don't bully people. I can tell you right now, I am going through a divorce, and one of the things that I found challenging was the idea that anyone would want to take certain things from me because it's easy for them to take it from me. But again, it's a learning experience. And I always say, just because you can hurt someone, just because you can bully someone, doesn't mean you should. God always fights for the fatherless. God always fights for those who don't have a voice for themselves. God always fights for those who you think are on the losing side. Be careful who you mess with. Be careful who you screw. Because God always wins. So it doesn't have to be a divorce. Wherever, even in your business transactions, don't mess with people. Don't take advantage of people because you can. Charging the value, the price of your coaching offers is not taking advantage of people. It's not stealing candy from a baby. It's not robbing anyone. It's an even exchange of value and money. It's a payment. That's it. For the Redeemer is mighty, and he shall plead their cause with thee. God will plead your cause for you. Focus on your mission. Focus on why you're here. Don't let anyone, anything that you're going through take you away from the path that God has put you on. Stay in your assignment no matter what. Get the support you need to stay on track. Don't get into a little breakdown because something's not going according to plan. I know breakthroughs come from a breakdown, but don't stay in the breakdown. Get to your breakthrough. Get God's wisdom to seek the support you need to get to the other side. We've all been through it. Some of us are going through it right in this moment. But God always wins. Apply thy heart to instruction and thine ears to words of knowledge. Seek God's wisdom. Seek the advice of wise counsel. Work with coaches that have insight and understanding, that are not trying to colonize you with their guru blueprints and their way is the only way. Don't be colonized by a business model that you're not aligned with. I'm a high-ticket business coach, and I support clients who want to create a high-ticket business. I don't drag anybody to their high-ticket greatness if they don't want to come along that journey. That's why it's by application and invitation for those who want it. So I preach to the choir. I'm not out there trying to convert people into high-ticket if they want to play the mid-ticket and low-ticket game. We all add value. We all do what we want. We're all masters of our own domain. So don't be colonized by other people's opinions. Seek God's wisdom to make the right opinion for you. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beat him with a rod, he shall not die. I mean, this is not directly saying go take a rod and beat the child to discipline them, but obviously all of us need some form of discipline. All of us need somebody in our lives who corrects us in a kind, gentle, compassionate way. And if you are going to indulge in corporal punishment, which I don't find wrong, I'm an African and I was disciplined with a lot of different disciplinary methods, be kind, be gentle, and speak the language of the person that you're trying to discipline. If yelling doesn't work, don't yell. If hitting doesn't work, don't hit. And if you're going to hit, be compassionate and seek God's wisdom around that. That is just a personal decision for everyone, and there's nothing I can say about that. Thou shalt beat him with a rod, and that shalt deliver his soul from hell. So basically, withhold not correction from anyone, from a child. For if thou beat him with a rod, he shall not die. Beating him with a rod shall deliver his soul from hell. This is what it is. My son, if your heart be wise, my heart shall rejoice, even mine. Yea, my reins shall rejoice when thy lips speak right things. God rejoices when we seek his wisdom and be and walk in that wisdom. Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in fear of the Lord all the day long. For surely there is an end, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. God always wins. Don't envy people who are getting their profits, their riches, their clients in a way that is out of integrity with you. Not that it's good or bad. It's just not aligned with who you are and want to be. There's no judgment. Do what you're aligned with and seek wisdom, seek wise counsel, get understanding, get insight, develop a life, a way that works for you based on what God has put inside of your prosperous womb, your gifts, and your body of work. Working to co-create the systems, strategies, and structures that work for you. Discover your way, who you are, and what you're here to do. Your way, God working through you. All day, every day. Hear thou, my son, and be wise, and guide thine heart in the way. Be not among winebibbers, among righteous eaters of flesh. For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and drowsiness shall clothe a man with rags. It's just be wise, have understanding. That's what it's all about. Wisdom is the principal thing. Hearken unto thy father that gave birth to you, and despise not the mother when she is old. Buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. Get wisdom, get instruction, get understanding. Love your parents. Love your parents when they're old. Take care of them. The father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice, and he that begets a wise child shall have joy of him. Thy father and thy mother shall be glad, and she that gave birth to you shall rejoice when you are wise. Speaks for itself. My son, give me thine heart. Give your heart to God, and let your eyes observe God's word. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lies in wait as for prey, and increases the transgressors among men. And it doesn't have to be like a real woman or the tall, dark, handsome, hot guy across the room or whatever. It's just keep your eye on what you know is in integrity with who you're being in the world. Keep your eye on the thing that fuels your expansion, your growth, and your evolution. Keep your eye on the thing that fuels your mission and keeps connecting to the heartbeat of the work you're here to do in the world. Keep your eye on the thing that gives you the most power and courage to speak what you believe, to stand for what you know is true for you, knowing that what is true for you may not be true for everyone else. But speak your truth, speak you and your values, live your core values. And verses 29 through 35 just remind us again to seek God's wisdom always, because it is the principal thing. So let me know how Proverbs 20:23 lands for you, and how this is going to support you in your coaching business. It's been good having you. Leave comments below. Let me know how this journey is going for you. If it's your first time joining us, I hope that you continue with us the next couple of days, and that you read the word yourself and get the insight, the wisdom, the knowledge, the power, the freedom that comes from knowing who you are for real, for real, for real. It's been good having you.